Good morning, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV. And yes, this is the Premier League's final day. And I just thought I'd do a morning show for the last day of the season. So before we get into the show, guys and girls, if you do like what you see, then please smash a like. It does help the channel search results. So if you haven't yet smashed that like, then please do so. That would be fantastic. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe. For you do so helps the channel grow. Come and join this wonderful community we have here. And also the bell notification tells you when I'm live. I have a pre-record of any upcoming shows. Currently on 591 subscribers, so 9 away now from 600. I would love to get the 600 before the end of the Chelsea game. That would be fantastic. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please smash it. It's well worth it. Right, so let's get into some comments because the comments are coming in. Exploring the Northeast. Morning, Tony. It's going to be a good day. Absolutely. Definitely, mate. Blakey. Morning, Tony. Good morning to you, Blakey. Hope you're well. And Andrew says, good morning. Good morning to you, Andrew. Hope you're well as also, mate. I mean, first of all, I just want to say, any Newcastle fans who are travelling to the game, and if they are watching this channel, please have a safe journey to London and hope it's a great day. And also, when you're travelling home, make sure you get home safe as well, because we know what London can be like. But yeah, to those guys and girls going down to the football at Stamford Bridge, stay safe, please. Stay safe. Mighty Mag says, morning, Tony and all. Good morning, Mighty Mag. Well, NUFC. Shane says, good evening from Australia. Good evening to you, Shane. Yes, it's evening in Australia. And yeah. So, I mean, today it's a 4:30 kickoff. The game, it's not on UK TV, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's a game we should go there and win. Chelsea aren't great. They haven't been in the best of form recently. And to be honest with you, I expect nothing less than 3 points in all honesty. If Man U can absolutely wallop them, then I'm sure we can go down there and beat them as well. And get revenge for last season. You know, we all know what happened last year. We were robbed down there, well and truly. Havertz should have been sent off for the elbow on Dan Burn, and Murphy should have had a penalty when Chalobah tried to take his shirt off his back. So, yeah, all in all, we need to go down and get revenge. And let's make it a miserable end for Frank Lampard. You know, as that Chelsea stint hasn't really helped him one bit. Holly says, good morning, Tony. We will win today. I'm going 3-2. 3-2 win for us. That's a possibility. I'm going 4-0, Holly, actually. So, yeah, let's hope. I mean, you know, depends how many we want to score. That's the thing. It's also going to be interesting, the team that's going to be out there. I mean, there's going to be no Joe Willock. There's going to be no Joe Linton, as we know. So we know they're definitely out. Yeah, so let's hope. David said, I'd love it if Everton get relegated, but they are the turd that won't flush. Well, I have put a poll out there. People, yeah, if you haven't yet voted on it, there's a poll there. And just before the end of the show, what I'll do is we'll have a look at the results. And we'll see who favours who going down. So, yeah, do please vote on that. And every vote counts, and we'll see what the percentage is. At the end of the show, we'll have a look during the show as well, because it might flip and change. Gary says, good morning, Tony. Good morning to you, Gary. Hope you're well, mate. And Blakey says, nice to be able to relax today with Champions League secure. I don't think I'd have coped if needed something today. Yeah, it would have been a bit of a one of those risky ones, wouldn't it, today? But, you know, I don't know. It's just, yeah. I'm just pleased we haven't got to worry about that, that's all. Daniela, bring you sun cream. It's clear blue skies in London at the moment and 21 degrees. Yeah, don't forget your sunscreen. And yeah, it's lovely where I am at the moment, and it's sunny, and it's supposed to be up to 18 or 20 degrees today. So yeah, looking forward to that. That should be absolutely fantastic. Right. One thing I do want to say is congratulations to Luton Town. And the Hatters are back in the big league. They actually got relegated the few months before the Premier League started. So they've never been in the Premier League, but they used to be great in the top flight. I mean, they won the Littlewoods Cup, which is now obviously the Carabao Cup. So they have won trophies. So nice to see them back. Yes, they've got to make improvements to their ground for like VAR and all that, and but I'm sure they can do that in time. If worst case scenario is they might have to go and ground share with Watford. But I'm sure their stadium should be up and running. um, and also just want to say it about Tom Lockyer. I mean, seeing him go down like that, it was just, what was going on there. Thankfully, he was awake and conscious, went to hospital, and his dad's actually posted a picture out there, showing him celebrating at the end of the game. So we wish him a speedy recovery, and let's hope it's nothing that stops him playing football. And I'm sure we'll find out more during the day. No doubt Luton will release a statement. But yeah, they've done absolutely brilliant to get up. And Watford, they must be seething because they sacked Rob Edwards because he lost a couple of games and they weren't going well. They sacked him. He's gone to Luton and he's took Luton up. That's karma. That's karma. That's what happens when you sack a manager and he goes to another club and he's taking them up. Unlucky to Coventry. I thought they played a great game. And Victor Yokeres looks a good player. Now, I've seen a few Toon fans saying I wouldn't have him in the squad. I mean, would you not have him in the squad, even as a squad player? Somebody you could have as a cup, playing the cups. But there again, he might benefit going somewhere like a Brighton, who may bring out the best of him. He may go to a Brighton, do really well, take to the Premiership like a duck to water, and then somebody bigger comes in for him. But he does look a talent, and he is a teammate of Alexander Isak in the Swedish lineup, so he does look quality. But as I say, commiserations to Coventry. I thought the penalty shootout was fantastic. 11 penalties were fantastic. Not the keeper could not get near any of them. None of the goalkeepers could. And sad for the Coventry player to go up there. It's a lot of guts to get up there and take a penalty, and to miss it like that, he looked absolutely distraught. But that's the lottery of the penalty shootout. But well done, Luton Town. Blakey says, well done, Luton, incredible story. Yep, definitely, mate, absolutely. Ex-Rona North East, it's nice to see a team that have never been in the Premier League up in the top league. Absolutely, yeah. Definitely. Mighty Mag, what a great game yesterday. The pens could show England players. Yeah, I mean, the quality of the penalties were absolutely fantastic yesterday. And I'll tell you what I want to say. Well done to Michael Oliver as well, the referee. What a referee he is. He refereed that game superbly yesterday. He got the simulation right. When the guy went down, Clark, I think it was, he went down trying to claim a penalty. The handball came back from VAR to say no goal. Yeah, I thought Michael Oliver was absolutely fantastic. And it shows you why he's the top referee in this country. Just a shame he can't referee our games. That cup has had many different names over the years, Tony. Yes, it has. Gary, the League Cup, it's had many. The Carling Cup, the Rumbelows Cup. God, that's going back some. Littlewoods Cup, it's had all sorts, yeah, definitely. But, yeah. But no, it was a great final yesterday. And so I think... I mean, there's another game today at 1:30. So if you want to watch another final today, let's see if Carlisle can make it today and up into League One. They've got Stockport County after them beating Bradford, which, to be honest with you, Bradford's quite a decent team. So to beat Bradford, good result for Carlisle. And not only just the fact it's Carlisle, but also the fact there is a Newcastle connection there. One, Mark Gillespie played for Carlisle. And two, our ex-assistant manager to the Wally and the Brolly, McLaren, Paul Simpson, is the manager of Carlisle. So it'd be nice to see if Carlisle could make it to League One today. I'll certainly be watching that game. Hopefully it'll be a cracker like it was yesterday. I know people don't like these playoffs and say, they're all wrong. But I don't think they are. I think it's great because it gets two teams get the chance to go to Wembley. How many times do you get a chance to go to Wembley? And a lot of these players probably not many times in their career can get to Wembley. So for a team to get to Wembley and experience the atmosphere and experience a winning time there, it's fantastic. And I think the playoffs are a great thing, to be honest. I'm all for these playoffs. I think that, you know, and the thing is, we're Luton coming up. That's twice in 2 seasons. So Forest last season, Luton this season, 2 clubs who finished third have got promoted. So technically, yes, they've gone through the playoffs, but it hasn't, nobody's having a meltdown saying, oh, well, Luton finished third, they should have gone up and Coventry finished fifth, but they've gone. It hasn't worked that way this time. Blakey says also Richard Keys, Harry Hansby crying his cornflakes this morning, and Gary Hoffman. Yep, the 2 of them. Absolutely. Mighty Max says, Tony, I've voted in your poll. Who do you think's going down? Do you know what? I'm going Everton Leeds. I think Leicester will win today. And I know Daniela's in the chat, but I think Leicester being at home, knowing they got that point against us on Monday, they're going to be buoyed by that. And it depends. But it also depends on whether David Moyes rests any players like Declan Rice, knowing that there's a final coming up. I don't know. That's the thing. Because technically, West Ham could finish above Chelsea. But it all depends. It all depends how they play that game. But again, even if West Ham play their strongest lineup, it could still be a difficult afternoon because Leicester, today it's either do or go. So they know they have to go for it today and win that game. So I think Leicester may come out today and surprise a few people. If they do and they win that game and Everton draw, Everton's down. Bournemouth, their manager has said, Gary O'Neill, he says they've been stuck on 39 points for a few games now and he's sick of it. He wants that to improve and he wants more than that. He wants 3 points. So it ain't going to be easy for Everton. And they've got no Calvert-Lewin as well. And Yerry Mina has announced he's leaving the club at the end of the season from Everton. David says, Simon Jordan thinks we'll be closest to City next year. Imagine if we won the league and the media meltdown would be crazy. I hope we can stay in the top 4 next year. Yeah, I know it's a funny one coming out with things like that. But he has got a point, Simon Jordan, and I think we will be close. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. And let's get the season done. Let's get into next season, and let's see what the transfer window brings us. That's going to be the key this season. The summer, sorry, the transfer window is going to be key. I mean, we've seen quite a few of these journalists on a meltdown at the moment. I mean, the one from The Athletic saying, "Oh, we used to be a late club, but now we're more hated than anything." Yeah, the reason we were a late club was because we were crap. Because people knew when they turned up and played Newcastle, oh, that's 3 points today. Get in, Newcastle's here. Oh, 3 points. Yeah, that's why. But now we're not an easy 3 points. And we're not that team you can go out there and roll 4 or 5-0 now. We're a totally different team. So yeah, a lot of these journalists just need to keep their mouths shut and just look at their own clubs, That's what I see anyway. Where's Rowley suffering a hangover, I bet, says Mighty Mag. No, he's coming on with me later on, so we'll see Rowley later. Blakey says, we have to recruit well, otherwise it will be a struggle to get top 4, but in Eddie we trust. I think we'll have another amazing season. I do as well. Yeah. We know next season Liverpool's going to come back a little bit stronger. Chelsea, you'd hope, well, you look at it and think they have to come back stronger. But it all depends. It's going to be the league's getting harder. Mighty Max, I do hope Leicester stay up. Yeah. Daniela says, Dave, I'm not sure with that, to be honest. You have a great season, have Champions League and go on to challenge the top 4 next season. That's fair enough, Daniela. Yeah, absolutely. Gary says, more wins next season and a lot less draws, Tony. Yeah, that's what we need, I mean, to be fair, we would have been out of sight of Man United if the VAR decisions that We lost 14 points to VAR. So we would have technically been on 84 points now if we got them 14 points. So, yeah, we would have been well out of sight of Man United. Then there would have been a huge meltdown with that. Blakey says, even if we don't get top four, we aren't going anywhere. This isn't a flash in the pan. We are here to stay and will be regular challengers at the top. The Saudis didn't come here for second. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct in that one. David says, again and again, the big change they're going on in the top. It's going to be fun. Yeah, it is, Daniela. Absolutely. It's going to be great. Right, this I want to bring up because I saw this yesterday and I just thought, I hope it's not. And, you know, and it's an Instagram post and it's also one on Twitter as well. It's from Maxi, ESM. So, ESM has put this post up, yesterday. Now, I just hope this post isn't a goodbye from Maxi, because it'll be sad if it is a goodbye from Maxi. But he goes on to say, never forget who was there when no one else was. Time passes, memories fade. Feelings change, people leave, but hearts never forget. Black and white, making history. Now then, is that a goodbye from Maxi? I hope it's not, but if it is, we wish him all the best. Maybe he wants to move on. It just sounds to me that's a goodbye from Maxi. I really hope it's not, but if it is, we wish him the best. And, maybe he wants to go somewhere. Maybe he realises he's not going to be a first team regular and he maybe just wants to go and get first team football, which is understandable. Guys, get your comments in the chat. What do you think? Do you think that's a goodbye from Maxi? Or do you think it's just an end of the season thing? But to me, that just seems weird how he's got his kids there on the pitch and he's come out with that comment. Blakey says, that sounds like a goodbye. It certainly does, doesn't it? I always said he's moving on, says Jan. Yeah, you have, mate. You have, absolutely, Jan. And yeah, it is. It's a sad one, that, isn't it? The top four needs some new faces. I hope we can get back up there also. Yeah, I hope, I just couldn't understand West Ham struggles this season. When you played us and you got that draw against us at St James's Park, I thought you were outstanding that day. And, and then I was just surprised how much of a run. I thought after that you would have gone on a good run, but it just didn't seem to happen. Then after we beat you at the London Stadium, after that you seem to book your ideas up, and now you've just been on this fantastic run. So sometimes a huge loss can help you in regalvanise and get back into the winning ways. Mighty Mag says, we need ESM next season with Champions League rotation. Yeah, I know exactly that, Mighty Mag. Sounds like a goodbye. I hope it's not, but good luck in the future if it is. Yeah, definitely, mate. Absolutely. Holly says, I think it's a goodbye. It just sounds too ominous for it not to be a goodbye, doesn't it? Daniela says, I can see you guys going for Harry Kane in the summer. Would it be a bad thing having Harry Kane? I don't think it would. The only problem is we just got to see where FFP is with the club. That is the thing. Nobody knows that's the problem. And the owners will know. They've probably got the best accountants. They're probably looking through everything. They've probably said, look, technically this is what you can realistically spend. But yeah, it's definitely I would rather have him in the black and white shirt to beat Shearer's record than anybody else's coloured shirt. But his wages will be high though. David says, if we can get 40 million for Maxi, I'll take it, but I don't mind keeping him. He's working a bit harder, but he's got the steel for the fight. Yeah, absolutely. Kane wages. Yeah, just what I said there, Mighty Mac. Kane's wages. definitely no for Kane for us, no way. That's fair enough. Yeah, we struggled because Moyes could not make his mind up how he wanted to play. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Daniela. I mean, you've got the relegation battle going on at the bottom today, but then there's also another fight for another place, and that's for the fight for 7th place. So, there's a fight at the top of the table for 7th place, and that's between Aston Villa and Tottenham Hotspur. Now, if Leeds beat Tottenham, then Villa's got 7th place regardless of whatever their result is. But Villa have to beat Brighton today. If they don't beat Brighton, then Tottenham could win and sneak in there. Or if Villa only get a draw and Tottenham lose, and if Brentford manage to beat Man City, then Brentford will move into 7th place above Tottenham and Villa. That would push Tottenham down to 9th place. Now then, that's going to be an interesting battle. So there's 3 teams there vying for 1 place. And I know people would probably say Brentford won't beat City. But thing is, you don't know. City might just play a whole load of... they might just change that squad completely because they've got a cup final next week and then they've got a Champions League final. They might just turn around and say, right, let's just put a weekend team out, and Brentford might think, oh, we've got a chance here, let's go and beat City. So who knows? I mean, it'd be fantastic if Brentford got to Europe, wouldn't it, as well? So, it just shows you how bad Spurs have actually been this season. And I think Spurs will struggle at Leeds today. I really do, because Leeds United will have that hostile reception like they did for us when we went there, and the way that they kept booing us and jeering every time we touched the ball. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be hostile for Spurs, and I don't think they're going to like that. And I think Leeds will run riot over them. In all honesty, I think they'll win. David says, I don't want Kane. Spurs will want 50 million for him, plus high wages and no selling value, also slowing down no good and pressing team. Yeah, that's fair enough, David. That's fair enough. Blakey says, the FFP parameters will definitely have been pushed back with us getting tough. I can see us spending 150 to 200 million. Our revenue will go through the roof. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if we finish 3rd, we get 39 million. If we finish 4th, we get 37 million. I could see Fulham snatching a draw at Man United today, and if they do, and we beat Chelsea, we finish 3rd. I would love to finish above Man United. It would be absolutely fantastic to finish above them. And that means then we have finished above 4 of that so-called Big 6, which that now has to be smashed apart because there's no such thing as a Big 6 now. And how can you include Tottenham in a Big 6? What have they actually won much of? Daniela says, I hope Villa get it. Yeah, I think they will. Blakey says, definitely don't want Villa meeting Europe, but you're not a Toon fan, so you don't have to hate. We do. Yeah, I mean, I know we hate Villa. But if it was a toss-up between Villa and Tottenham, I'd rather Villa got it ahead of Tottenham, in all honesty. Just for Daniel Levy to rub his nose more in it, because I can't stand that bloke, and I would just hate it if they got into Europe. So Botsley rumours getting louder. Is that the reason Maxi's wanting out, as he's going to be down the pecking order and pass Dubstain and possibly Dubstain? Do you know what it is? The Szoboszlai, yeah, and I know that there's rumours getting louder about him, but whether it is going to happen or not, we don't know. Again, it's just rumours. And also possibly Dubstain. Could be, but there again, he might just say, do you know what, I want to go and play first team football. I want to see the rest of my career out somewhere else. And that's fair enough if he does. I think we'll let him go. Jan says it's a no-brainer. Everton will win. Game over. I wouldn't say that, Jan, because the thing is, he ain't got a great record against Bournemouth. Bournemouth have won the last 4. And the thing is, Bournemouth beat them in November 3-0. So, not November, sorry, December, I think it was, 3-0. So, yeah, I wouldn't, I wouldn't bank on it. I would say definitely the Everton could lose this game. And Gary O'Neill wants more than 39 points. So Bournemouth aren't going there for the raid or for a relaxation. They're going there to get a win, sign off with a win. So it's going to be tough for Everton. Daniela says, Brady, yes, I'm a hammer. Just like Spurs, like you, just like Villa. Yeah. Ian says, morning, Tony. I want Everton to go down, Scouse, Mac and Bin, Dib and Softcocks. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, guys and girls, if you haven't yet, there's a poll there. Just vote in the poll. Who do you think is going to go down? Just going to have a look at how the results are going at the moment. And they've changed quite a few times around. Leicester and Leeds are currently the outs, in front on 46% as the favourites to go down, followed by Everton Leeds 31%, Everton Leicester 23%. So we only have 13 votes, and there is 22 watching, so everybody get voting and make sure your vote counts. And also at the same time, please smash that like as well. We've only got 11 likes, so if you can smash that like, that would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. And also, if you are brand new channel, please smash that subscribe as well. Thank you. Right. Are you at the game today, by the way, Ian? Or are you at home? Blakey says, yeah, fair point, Daniela. David says, this is the most exciting transfer window we've had in my lifetime. I'm 35. The future's bright. The future's black and white. Yep, you like my comment, don't you? Yeah, absolutely, David. I mean, it's one of the best transfer windows we're going to see, I've seen some great transfer windows, but this one's going to be extra better in it. So, at least we know with these owners, we don't wait till the last day of the window and buy somebody or get a loan in, And remember, there's some good free transfers around in the summer. So not just the fact that you're buying. Marcus Thuram, free. Marco Asensio of Real Madrid on a free. Evan Ndicka on a free in the summer, And who else is on a free in the summer? I think Adrian Rabiot's another one on the free in the summer. Rabiot. So some quality players coming out on a free in the summer. Messi, but I know we're not taking Messi on. He's getting on a bit now. I think he'll go to Saudi Arabia, in all honesty, or the MLS. But he says, we'll never forgive Villa fans for the sub on the time when we lost there and went down. No, absolutely not. No, they were a disgrace that day. And the good thing was they got their karma, because when we got promoted from the Championship, they stayed in the Championship. Ian says, my missus said you wouldn't read that out, Tony. I would read that out because I can't stand bloody Everton. Mighty Max says, Daniela, good luck for the final. We'll be supporting you, but rest your first team today. Yeah, absolutely, Mighty Max, because you don't want no injuries, do you? I mean, the last thing you want is to play Declan Rice and he gets an injury and he's out of the final. I mean, that would be a tragedy, that. Yes, I think the Big Six thing has ended differently now, but it really ended with Leicester and West Ham getting back in the top 6, finish there and winning the league also. Yeah, you're absolutely spot on, Daniela. Out the 3 teams, it's Everton I want to see go down, Tony, says Gary. Yeah, definitely. I mean, everybody thinks Everton's going to slam Bournemouth. It's not a given. It's not a given. And it's, Bournemouth are a decent side. We've had hard games against Bournemouth this season, so they're not, we drew 1-1 at St James's Park. We beat them in the Cup 1-0 at St James's Park. We drew away 1-1. So they are not a crap team. Man U only won 1-0 last week at Bournemouth. So if Everton think they're going to go out, if Everton and the fans think they're going to go out there and smash Bournemouth, well, I'm sorry, they're sadly mistaken. Might be the day that Neto has a great game and goal for them. Ian says, I'll be watching with a family mate as I couldn't get tickets. Yeah, it's so hard to get away tickets now, Ian, isn't it? The loyalty point scheme. Daniela says, no, watching a pub. Yeah. Jan says, my interest in Fulham is Fulham to win at Man U. This one is on. It is, absolutely. Again, will Man U rest players ahead of the cup final because it's going to be a hard game against City. And that, we all want City to beat Man U, by the way, but yeah, definitely. Daniela says, Mighty Mac, thank you. Good luck, thank you, and good luck next season. Thank you very much indeed, Daniela. Mitro will do his best to get us third, says Blakey. Yeah. Mitro will want revenge for what happened the last time when he got sent off after his altercation with the referee. David says, it's so nice to have such a great recruitment team, knowing that they've heavily scouted every player, unlike the team in London who play in blue. Well, that's the thing with Chelsea. As soon as somebody's interested in a player, and then the money goes up and say, oh yeah, we'll have him. Mudryk. I mean, I'm not being funny. Mudryk, he's not worth £100 million. Let's be real. Mudryk is not a £100 million player. And you know what? I mean, he runs around like a headless chicken. He does nothing. He missed a big set apparently the other night against Man United. I didn't see the game, but it's just what I heard. I saw him against England for Ukraine. I thought he looked absolutely out of his depth. Yes, you may play well for a team like Shakhtar Donetsk, but that is a Ukrainian league. That is a totally different league altogether. And I think I remember Foxy once said, when he was in the chat once, he said, Mudryk isn't the player that everybody thinks he is. And I'll tell you what, Foxy's absolutely spot on. But depends. How many of them players might want to leave in the summer? Yeah, but it's 10 days to the final, says Danielle. Yeah, but you don't really run a risk of injury, and it's somebody that's going to be out for like 3-4 weeks, and then that's it, you're buggered then. Blakey says, haha, Bowley thought he could splash the cash, but doesn't buy success. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, they won't be in the top 4 next season. That's the thing. He's just bought all these superstars, and it hasn't worked. And apparently Bowley's now said he'll take a back seat and just let other people run the club. Daniela says, I want Everton to go down because of our record in the city. Liverpool is dire. Yeah, absolutely. Jan says, Fulham will win, but 2-0 draw, bummer. No, I don't think we'll draw with Chelsea. I think we'll beat them. I really do. I don't think Chelsea's that great, to be honest. And I think we'll take Chelsea to the cleaners, in all honesty. So, not being funny, if Man U can go and win 4-1 against them, I'm sure we can go and thump them for a few. Wilson's bang on form. Isak's on form. You know? Yeah, we haven't got Joelinton, but we'll have Bruno in the middle. You know, I think Murphy might start today. Although I think Almiron will probably start, in all honesty. You'll probably play maybe Anderson in midfield again in the centre mid alongside Longstaff, unless he plays Anderson on the left, because I think Anderson on the left wing looks better. But again, we'll see what happens. We'll see what the team's like. We know there's definitely no Nick Pope playing, or Joelinton, or Joe Willock. Just looking at the poll, it's changing. It's changing all the time. It's now on 40% Leicester and Leeds, 33% think Everton and Leeds, and 27% see Everton Leicester. So it's interesting. Everybody, the favourites to go down, they think the bottom 3 is going to stay as it is. So that is very, very interesting indeed. So yeah, and we'll see what happens at the end of the show. I've seen a story, Tony. Could be rubbish. We could be in for Kim Min Jae stealing from Man U. The rumours I've seen is that he's odds on for Man United. If we could get him, yes, he's a class centre half. But again, like you say, it could just be rubbish. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Uh, Daniela says, everyone said last summer window was going to be busy, but it was not. So I don't think this one will be that busy. Yeah, it was strange last summer window. It wasn't really massively busy, was it? And yeah, it is. It's an absolute strange one. So again, it's another one we'll just have to wait and see. But I think we will be very busy. And a few journalists have said we will be busy in this summer window, and I believe we will be. We'll have to be. We need to strengthen the squad. I mean, could we keep Mark Gillespie maybe? Yes, he might not play a game, but he's as a homegrown player for your quota for UEFA. Or as I said yesterday on the show, Fraser Forster's out of contract. Would you bring him back to the club as a backup? Because you have that homegrown quota. So that's what I'm saying. It's not the fact we want Fraser Forster here to start games, just means Fraser Forster's here to make up that homegrown quota. Who knows? But again, we'll just have to wait and see what the summer transfer window brings, which is going to be really, really exciting. And, we can't wait for it. So, yeah. If you haven't yet voted in that poll, please do vote in that poll and make sure you get your vote in because it all counts. But yeah, like I say, the last day is going to throw up there's going to be a lot of twists and turns today. You're going to get the fact that if Leeds are winning, and Everton are losing, the tables are going to change, and it's going to be topsy-turvy all afternoon. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And the great thing is, because all the games kick off the same time, this is what's the best part about it. Because then teams don't know. They don't have that advantage of knowing, if, Everton kicked off earlier and they lost, then Leicester and Leeds, won't be thinking, all right, okay, we can go out there now, get the win. We finish above them. They've gone, we stay up. They've now got to rely on themselves, do the job properly, but the crowd will let them know what's happening. They'll hear it from the crowd because people will be on their phones. Years ago, people used to be on a little radio, listening to a radio, for the results. But now you've got your mobile phones and you just go on okay, that's what's happening. So probably if Bournemouth are winning, there'll be a loud cheer at Ellen Road and at the King Power. Daniela says, there's so much transfer fishing going on at the moment, especially with Arsenal Man U. You cannot trust anything you see yet. No, absolutely not. No. They're all rumours at the end of the day. Mighty Max says also our scouts was watching players at Porto. I think there's one was their keeper. Interesting. But I'm not so sure about him. I mean, Jan brought up a great keeper yesterday, and I think, to be honest with you, probably take a punt on him, in all honesty. His name's Bart Verbruggen, who plays for Anderlecht. And he's Dutch. And he's only 20 years of age. He's 6'4". No outstanding strengths and no outstanding weaknesses. He's rated at 4.7 million euros, but could be a little bit more than that. He's played 17 games, started all 17, and he's kept 8 clean sheets in those 17 games. That's a clean sheet every 2 games, which isn't bad for a goalkeeper. Obviously, the defence must be good in front of him as well. I mean, do you know what? When Jan said that yesterday, I looked at his stats and I thought, you know what? That's not a bad shout. And he's young, so he's got time to develop, time to grow. And so again, that's another one to look at. Also, Foxy came up with a great one as well yesterday. And this player, now this is where Rowley had a bit of difference of opinion yesterday. Now, this player is called Gift. Yes, you heard it, Gift, as in a gift if you got a present. He's called Gift Emmanuel Orban. He's Nigerian. He plays for Ghent in Belgium. He's got a contract till 2027. The C's value is 9.4 million euros. He's 20 years of age, 5'10". He's a striker. They signed him from Stabæk Football in Norway for 3.5 million euros. Now, this season, right, now this is where the stats are interesting. And this is where Rowley came in with his difference of opinion. Right, he's played 15, started 13. He's been team of the week 4 times. In those games, the 15 games he's played, but the 13 he started, he scored 15 goals. Yeah, 15 goals, you heard me right. That's a scoring rate, a scoring frequency of every 76 minutes. 12. So 13 of his goals have come from his right foot and 2 from his left foot. He's got 2 assists as well. His accurate crossing per game is 50%. Right. Now, Gift Orban seems a cracking player by the stats that you see. Now, what Rowley said was, oh, yeah, that's all right, but that's in the Belgian league. That's a totally different league to the Premier League. Now, what's to say that? How is he going? What's he does that? How is he going to do that in the Premier League? Is he going to? And the thing is, right? I get what Rowley's saying, right? I get what Rowley's saying. It's a different league, but we got Philippe Albert from the Belgian league. There's some good players come from the Belgian league. Victor Osimhen, he went to Lille, and then he's gone on to Napoli. Look what he's rated at now. So, well, I can see where Rowley's scepticism is. But, on the other hand, even like Foxy came out and said, but you could buy him and loan him to a French club for a season. There you go. There's your answer. I'll bring a picture of the guy up on screen so you can see what he looks like. So this is Gift Orban. There we go. That is him there, and he's 20 years of age. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I would take him, no problem whatsoever. And all I'm going off is the latest stats that I've got at the moment, which SofaScore's got up, but obviously, yeah. But as I say, he looks a real talent, this kid. And yeah, I would definitely say let's have a look at him. I mean, he's played in the Europa Conference League as well, and out of that, he started 5 games. Out of 6 he's played and scored 5 goals. So so even in the Europa Conference League, this guy has done well. So yeah, he's got a good scoring ratio. I would have him. If there's a chance of getting him in, I would take him, because what's to say he doesn't come in to the club and he smashes it and hits the ground running? I would say, yeah, definitely. Why not? Even if you got him for 10 million quid or 15 million, he's 20 years of age. He's got time to grow. Eddie Howe will know what he's like with players, know what he does to players, how he gets them to improve even more. So he could come into the Premier League being unknown quantity. He could be a bench player coming off the bench, and he could be banging goals left, right, and centre. So it could work, it might not. But at 15 million, you look at it and think, well, it's not a high risk. If it doesn't work, you can always sell him on. But yeah, I would say give the guy a chance. Right, just some comments, because I know I've been going on. So yeah, okay. Yeah, the only player I'd take from Spurs is Son. I'd love him in any time. Yeah, he's a good player, Son. I really do agree with you on that. I would like to see Isak as a striker, not as a winger, Tony. Yeah, I totally agree, Gary. I totally agree. Bartford Buggin. Yeah, I do. I really like him. I really like the sound of him. I'm going to have to watch and see if I can see him play. Um, Kevin says, Maxi has started date. It doesn't. If he doesn't, he will get sick and look for another club. If we sell him, we'd get no one anywhere near as good as him for 70 million. He's a big part of the project. Thing is, Kevin, he put out an Instagram post and he's put the same post on Twitter. He's put it on in French on Twitter, but it's the same post. And just in case anybody's just joined the chat, I hope this is not a goodbye from Maxi, and I really hope it's just an end of the season thing. But he says, time pass. Never forget who was there when no one else was. Time passes, memories fade. Feelings change, people leave, but hearts never forget. And he's put a black in my heart. Making history. I hope that isn't a goodbye from Maxi. If it is, we wish him all the best, but I really hope it's not. I just hope it's a future thing. Sven Botman's put 2 flames for hot. I don't, let's hope that's not a goodbye from Maxi. So I can see exactly where you come from on that one as well, Kevin. Rolly's joined the chat. Hi, Rolly. Hi, Tonya. I'm looking for the perfect results today. We finished third. Spurs miss out on Europe and Everton go down. Exactly, Rolly. Exactly. I hope you voted on the poll on the chat as well, mate. And we'll see you later on the show this afternoon as well. Daniela says, Jan, Son is a great player, but has dropped off a change. Club might be what he's need after he's out from he's far from gone. Yeah, I mean, Spurs are just awful everywhere, Daniela. That's the problem. Alvarez from Ajax and Ramos from Benfica. I'd happily take both. Do you know what, Blakey? Absolutely. Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, I would take Alvarez. He's a cracking DM. Yeah. So I would definitely have him, Alvarez, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, definitely. Or even better, I would take Coney. Younger, and what a hell of a player he is. Depends how much Mönchengladbach want for him, though. That's the thing. But yeah. I take Son from Spurs, says Mighty Mag. Are you doing a warm-up later on, Tony? Yes, I am, Gary. It'll either be 3 or 3:15, so keep an eye out for it. But I'm definitely doing a pre-match build-up, mate, that's for sure. So do join us for that one as well. It should be a good show. David says, I'll be so excited about getting an actual quality left-back. No offence to Burn and Target, but will be good for cover at the time being. Yeah, I mean, we've missed out on Grimaldo. He's off to Leverkusen on a free. Now we keep hearing that, oh yes, we're looking at Tierney, and then there's other reports saying that we're now not looking at Tierney. We've been told to come away from Tierney because of some injury problems. So we don't know what's happening there. But again, I suppose time will tell who we're getting in the summer, but I gather we're looking for a quality left back, that's for sure. Rolly, I would have that also, says Daniela, so she's agreeing with Rolly. Good to see you, Rolly, says Mighty Mag. He plays for EA again. He's a killer. Yes, he is, Jan. Absolutely. The gift stats look unbelievable. I definitely take him, says David. Lukaku came from Belgium League. Yes, he did. Look at... I'm not being funny, but look at the brothers. The Hazard brothers. Torgen, He's playing in Germany, Eden is playing in Real Madrid. Came through the Premier League. Was a quality player. So, yeah, the Belgian League do throw some great players. He's got 20 now. All right, because he only seen he's got 15 at the moment, Jan. So I'm only going off what the latest does on there. Daniela says, I think it's not an impossible deal to get done, but you would have to move quickly if you go for Son. Yeah, absolutely. De Bruyne from Belgium, he ain't that bad. No, absolutely. Alex Witzel's another one who plays in Germany. He's a good player. Who's the other one who plays in Spain? He plays at Madrid. He used to play with Trippier. Carrasco. Jan says, for the moment, there are 15 Belgian players in the Premier League. All good. Absolutely. Yeah, Trossard. Trossard's one of them. Daniela says, all these Spurs fans saying they don't want Europa Conference League. With no European football, not top players. The thing is, Daniela, you've got the Europa Conference League, right? And I think by all accounts, if you win that, you go to the Europa League next season. Now then, would you, if your players had said at the start of the season, "No, we don't want to finish seventh because we don't want to be in the Europa Conference League," would you have, last season, would you have been happy with that? No, because you'd be saying, "No, I want to get in there because at the end of the day, it's a European competition." Yes, it's not as glamorous as a Champions League, and probably not as glamorous as Europa League, but does it matter? No, because at the end of the day, if you win it, you've won a trophy. It's silverware, and it's a European silverware at that. So yeah, go for it. Hope West Ham do it. The trick is get someone like ASM who plays every game, says Jan. Yeah. Blakey says, life goes on after Maxi. He's been great for us, but if we get good money for him, he will leave. Yeah, I think so too. Daniela says, yes, there were some interesting players at both Ghent and AZ Alkmaar, the last two teams we play in Europe. The AZ left back course caused us a lot of issues. Yeah, absolutely. Jan says, for me, the future and present is the young players up to 22. Absolutely, Jan. Daniela says, yeah, you're spot on. My shortlist is proof of it. Blakey says, Spurs are screwed. They can't even get a manager. They will never get back in the top four. Us and them are going in different directions. Do you know what it is? I mean, Arne Slot, the Feyenoord managers now turned them down. Nagelsmann's turned them down. Nobody wants the Spurs job because Daniel Levy's the problem at Spurs, and that is why they're not going to get any managers in. They're not going to get a decent manager now. And Spurs now are on a downward trajectory. And the thing is, not only that, if Spurs lose Son, Kane, I know Kulusevski goes back to Milan because he's only on loan. He goes back to Inter Milan, because he's only on loan. Is it Inter Milan he's from, I think? Of Juventus, I can't remember which one now. But anyway, wherever he's from, he goes back. And they're just going to lose a lot of players. But then they give Dyer a new contract, a 3-year deal. What if the new manager comes in and says, I don't want him? He's stuck with him because he's got a new 3-year deal. Daniela says, yes, if we win that, go in the Europa League and 8 million quid. Do you know what? Absolutely spot on that. And that pays wages for a player, maybe, that you get in the club or whatever. I mean, it's just fantastic, isn't it? And I do hope West Ham go on and win that Conference League. I've got nothing to be fearful over Fiorentina. They're not the team they used to be. And at the end of the day, it's a one-off game. It's on a neutral venue. Anything can happen. So, who knows? But yeah, it's definitely going to be... I'll tell you where Kulusevski is from. Sherry's from... yeah, I'm sure. Kulusevski. Is Inter Milan. No, Juventus, sorry. Juventus. I beg your pardon. Yeah, it is Juventus. So yeah, he'll be going back to Juventus. I mean, he's not had a great season either, has he? I mean, he started 22 out of 29 games, got 2 goals and 7 assists. But maybe that's because it's Tottenham and they're not playing well, and when the team's not playing well, some players don't play quite so well either. So yeah, again, it could be that. Daniela says, I can see Spurs playing with relegation next season, like us, Leicester and Everton. Do you know what, Daniela? That's a good shout. That wouldn't surprise me because the amount of players they could lose in the summer. if Levy puts a stupid tag on Harry Kane, then Harry Kane might stay next season, but he'll be off for a free the following season. So, he's playing with fire there, Levy. How many players do you see coming in, Tony, and will we shift the Deadwood? Right, Blake. I think 5 will get in. I think 5. I think, yes, we will shift some players. All depends what positions. I mean, we know Ryan Fraser's definitely going to be out the club in the summer. We think Karius is leaving in the summer because he's going to go to Italy because that's where his girlfriend is and she's pregnant. So I suppose it makes sense. Matty Longstaff's out of contract. I think he goes. Matt Ritchie's out of contract. Paul Dummett's out of contract, but Paul Dummett's staying, I think. I know Eddie wants Ritchie to stay in a way. I think we'll clear some players out, but not be a whole load of players, but I think we'll get rid of some. But I'm going to say 5 at least anyway. Mighty Max says, will Moyes be at Everton next season when they're losing the final? I don't know. That's a question for Daniela. She might answer that. But to be honest with you, I can't see them sacking Moyes if he's got them to a Euro final. So I think so. But Danielle, I'll answer that question for you, Mighty Mag. Will Moyes still be West Ham next season if they win or lose the final? The answer is I can see 7 or 8 players coming in. That's interesting. The game in Prague is where Schalke and Sufal come from. Suchek and Sufal. All right, yeah. Also, because they come from Prague, didn't they? Sparta Prague, so yeah. Richie Stain, so his dad told me. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think Richie might end up being a coach there. And you know what? That's not a bad shout. Because I think Matt Ritchie loves the club. He does love the club, Matt Ritchie. He loves Newcastle United. And yeah, I think he'll be there still. And he's been absolutely fantastic. He's been a fantastic servant for us, so we mustn't forget that. Right. Okay, so we'll come to the end of the poll now. So the poll is saying 40% Leicester and Leeds will go down, 35% Everton and Leeds, and 25% Everton and Leicester. So the favourite at the moment is for Leicester and Leeds to go down. That's changed again. It's gone to 38% now. 33% say Everton and Leeds, and 29% Everton and Leicester. So by 5% in front, it's Leicester and Leeds to go down, but followed closely by Everton and Leeds. So it's interesting. It's going to be a really interesting last day, final day, because both ends of the table, there's stuff to be played for. 7th place is to be played for between Villa, Tottenham and Brentford. In the bottom, Leicester, Leeds and Everton. So yeah, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a cracking end of the day. So absolutely fantastic. And yeah, if you do like what you see, then please smash a like. If you haven't done so already, then smash that like. That'd be great. Thank you. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, then smash a subscribe. Come and join this great community we have here. And also the bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. So yeah, as I did say, I will be back later on with the pre-match build-up. So do join me for that one also. Daniela says, it depends on Moyes. The rumour is he's walking, but there's also a rumour West Ham might be sold, so I don't think he'd be sat now. Well, that's it, yeah. If they're gonna sell up West Ham, then yeah, I think you let the new owners decide to get rid of him, and then they can pay the compensation. Or do you think he might move upstairs? That's the thing. Blakey says, Everton's still to be hit with a massive fine and points deduction for breaching FFP. Thing is, so if they get relegated today, that'll happen next season in the EFL, and they could be starting off next season on minus, say, 15 points. I'm going to buy gift or ban on my FIFA career, says David. Yeah, try it, mate. Yeah, exactly. Some striker, isn't he? He's got some strike rate on him, and I mean, honestly, I would definitely definitely, definitely take him. That's for sure. Yeah, it's worth a risk, isn't it? You know, that's what you say. Really, it's not a risk because you just look at it and say, yeah, he'd be worth it. Um, but yeah, absolutely. But he's absolutely worth it though, isn't he? And even if we're going for 15 million, I would still see he's worth a punt at 15 million. So yeah, definitely, I would definitely I would definitely go for it anyway. That's for sure. So also the goalkeeper we're talking about Vought, Verbruggen, who plays for Anderlecht, the 20-year-old. He has a picture of him as well. There you go. And that is the Dutch keeper who plays for Anderlecht. Only 20 years of age. 20 years of age. Again, I would take him as well. Definitely. Youngster. Get him in the club. Get him used to Premier League life. And yeah, why not? So, plenty of options there, isn't there? If we need to start looking for a goalkeeper. Tony knocking bet to stop all idiots. Well, do you know what it is? I was going to mention that yesterday. Twickenham, disgusting that they got on the pitch and threw that orange powder everywhere. They've done it at the Chelsea Flower Show this week. They've done it there now. Now, I hope, for God's sake, this does not happen at Everton. I hope this does not happen at Everton. This happened last year. And remember the stoppage last year? We lost that game 1-0, all because of that stoppage, because it just took out the rhythm of the game. And I hope it's one of these where Bournemouth have got the rhythm of the game, and then all of a sudden, some idiot comes out from the crowd from Stop Aisle, and we'll have this carry on again. Let's hope that history does not repeat itself. Daniela says, the more I think about it, Son could leave Spurs. I think he will be. Will be on some pitch, yeah. Well, let's hope it's not at Everton. Although Everton have brought extra security staff in today, they've brought a third party in for after the game to protect the dugouts and the directors. Because I think there's going to be hell on if they get relegated. Isak with a CCA type goal today. That would be fantastic, Blakey, wouldn't it? Oh, gosh. Can you remember that CCA goal? Oh, my God. Honestly, that is just like, yeah, that was just wow, wasn't it? That was a wow moment, that. CCA versus Chelsea. You know, never forget that goal. And, you know, one of the best goals you'll ever see. You know, it comes from I think it's Ryan Taylor throw, and yeah, I think it was a right throw, and it was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? In fact, I'll tell you what. Since you've asked for that, I'm going to stick it on the screen for you. And if YouTube do ask me to remove it, I'll have to remove it later on. But, right. Get ready for this, people. There you go.
Ryan Taylor for Newcastle. Cisse has gone for it. Oh, sloppy Cisse with an unbelievable goal.
There you go. So that was the Cisse goal. There you go, Blakey. I've put it on for you, mate. Yava says, hi, Tony Noel. Hi to you, Yava. I hope you're well. Daniela says, yeah, he may go upstairs, but Moyes taking the national job as last manager role. Yeah, he could do. Yeah, absolutely. Yaba says, I would, and the link with Botman. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The Dutch keeper, yeah, definitely. Same with the left back, Mitchell Back. I would have him. Drogba was shot, lol, wasn't he? Just, yeah. He says, well done. Thanks, mate. Thank you. I would let the football fans kick the crap out of them if they try to stop a game. There are better ways to get the message over. True, Daniel, it is. They should do, you know. I mean, I think it was last year when that idiot stopped our game against Everton and he cable tied himself to a goalpost. I think an Everton fan jumped over and punched him in the face and got arrested. But you can see why people get annoyed at them. You know, there's just no need for it whatsoever. They've done it at the snooker this year. They got on the snooker table to try to get on both. They didn't get on one of them. I mean, what makes me laugh is the guy who got on that pitch yesterday at Twickenham is an actual GP. He's a doctor. And it's like, that could be your career down the pan now, you know? So why'd you do it? Why? It's just stupidity, you know? We saw them do it at the Dartford Crossing. You know, they've done it there and, you know, they've been jailed for that. So it's about time that there's got to be something done about this. I mean, we saw the incident at Leeds where the fan came on and got up close and personal with Eddie Howe and pushed him. I mean, you know, how is he even getting to the dugout? It's just the clubs need to beef their security up, that's for sure. But yeah, definitely. Okay, guys, so I've been going just for over an hour, so we are going to wrap up this morning's show now, but it's been a cracking show. Some great comments in the chat. We've looked at great players, some potential players the club could bring in. I mean, if you look at likes of Gift Orban and the goalkeeper, you could have them two for, say, 40 million. You know what I mean? That's two players for 40 million quid. Who could improve the squad in just two different departments. So yeah, it's, you know, I don't discount players who come from Belgium because at the end of the day, yes, I know it's a different league, but the only way you can test yourself as a decent player is by going to a better league, and that's how they do it. So guys, if you have and girls, if you've liked what you see, then please smash a like. It does help the channel. So if you haven't yet smashed that like, then please do so. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, come join this great community and hit that subscribe. And also the bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record or any upcoming shows. More importantly, can I make it to 600 subscribers before the end of the Chelsea game? That would be fantastic. You never know. As they say, football is a funny old game. Right. Let's go on here. Daniela says, have to go now. Have a lovely day, everyone. I'm definitely going to a game. If you're definitely going to a game, take the sun cream. Yeah, thank you very much, Daniela. And yeah, we'll see you again soon. And yeah, definitely great advice, Daniela. Take your sun cream. Absolutely. Mighty Mag says, great show, everyone. See you later, Tony. See you later, mate. Take care. Blakey says, unfortunately, Tony, it's nearly impossible to stop a couple of individuals getting on the field of play. You'd have to put fences up, which is a big no-no. Yeah, absolutely. Just ridiculous. I think we'll get 10 players in total, says Yabba. Wow. In this transfer window. Interesting. And he says, bye, Tony. Bye to you as well, mate. And yeah, so yeah, do join me later on. Between 3, it'll either be 3 or 3:15. I'll definitely put out there what time it'll be. And join me for the pre-match live. We bring you the team lineups and look ahead to the game against Chelsea, which unfortunately I'm going to miss the first half, most of it, because got to pick the other half up from work. She finishes at 5. So I'll get home. It'll be half time. So I'll get to see the second half at least anyway. But yeah, definitely. Blakey says, cheers, Tony. Thanks very much, mate. And see you later on as well, mate, on the pre-match. But remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. You know, the only way is up, as Yazoo once sang. And it's the only way is up for Newcastle United as well. But until then, guys, girls, take care. Enjoy the sunshine, but stay safe in the sunshine. Make sure you got your sun cream on. That's very important. But until then, see you later. And it's away the lads.